We are Things I Found Online. I am your lovely and talented host, Louise Planker, here with a panel of wonderful, charming comedians/authors. We have Christy Murphy, Lauri Roggenkamp, and maybe eventually Dana Eagle. It's, it's just going to be an adventure. We also have Bill Filipiak zooming in from Nashville. In the booth, we've got John Maddox and Dina Friedman. And pod down the music. Let's start our show. Yay. Wow. That was graceful.
We've got a newbie on the controls back
I'm going to
here.
have to say she didn't stick the landing. But she's got 3 more runs.
I can fix that in post.
We're here with Christy Murphy and Lauri, who's been with us many times before.
Yay.
And keeps coming back because it's so much fun and there's carrot sticks.
Yes.
With hummus.
With hummus. Yes, it's excellent. So, Christy, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
We're good. We're going to talk about comedy and authoring and all kinds of exciting and creative things like that you can find and post online. You have like kind of a rich and fascinating history with the internet. You were sort of early adapter.
I was an early adopter. Yeah. I made my living as a blogger back when that was a thing.
Yeah.
Online.
And we're going to get to that. But first, I want to sort of catch everybody up to date on what's going on with Christy. She's a comedian and an author. There is proof on the internet. Do you have that link, Dina? There's proof of these claims. So there's Christy's website. And if you look to the right, you can join the Christy Club, which sounds very culty. I'm wanting to know what happens to one after joining.
First you shave your head, then you get the bangs. Later you have to grow them in, and then you lose weight and all your dreams come true.
Okay. So do you sort of rob people of their sense of self and then tell them that for a certain price you will reinstall that and more?
I don't. They can keep their sense of self as long as they completely worship me. As long as it's the primary. And worshiping me means buying all my books for $2.99.
Okay.
I have a bigger question. Is it a shaved head with just bangs?
You grow the bangs in, yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
so it's just bangs and then nothing else.
It's not the Chuck Liddell, is it? Because I'm not a fan of that.
Of the mohawk?
Yeah, it's like the smashed mohawk.
Yeah.
We're
It's
going to
like
have to work
he
on
had
the
a
haircut.
mohawk and then someone dropped him on his head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's like he had a mohawk and then he just gets up every morning and goes, "This is good."
I'm good.
fine
I'm
with this.
good.
Yeah.
Let's go. All right. So when you join the Christy Club, so assume that I join the Christy Club. What happens the next day to me?
The next day you wake up completely transformed. And during that transformation, at some point, maybe quarterly or whenever I have a new book out, you will get an email giving you the book for free.
All right.
Oh, nice.
So, all right. So explain. Now, you're not just an author, but you write a series. You write a book series.
Yes, I tried at first to be, when 50 Shades of Grey came out, I decided, I can write one of these. And then it turned out I couldn't. Because I based the main character on myself, and they liked the sexy parts and they liked the mystery underneath it, but they thought the main character was weird, and I based that character on me. So what I did with the Mom and Christy mystery is I took away the part where it was based on me, and I just thought, who do I know that I can ruthlessly steal from? That everybody likes, and that's my mom.
Your mom.
Yeah. So I stole my mom, and I made her solve mysteries, which isn't hard because my mother is always suspicious. It was very easy. And so it's me and my Filipino mom. I'm her Watson to her Sherlock, solving crimes as we cater throughout Los Angeles.
What? That's
Yeah.
awesome.
So I have this question about mystery heroes and heroines. Why do more murders take place within their peripheral vision?
I think that certain people attract death, and I think it's not really that hard to imagine that I would be one of those people.
You've rehearsed that answer.
No, but it came out better than I thought.
In your bio, it says that you have written for Cat Fancy.
My only national magazine credit.
This is a bold claim.
It is.
And so I Googled for evidence. There does not appear to be an online version of Cat Fancy. There's a Wikipedia page. Yeah.
Well, a long time ago, back in the day before you could find things online.
Okay.
In order to get your cat, your cute cat sort of needs met, you used to have to go to this thing called a newsstand.
That was before cats owned the internet.
Right.
Okay.
You used to have to subscribe to this magazine. And at one point, there was a cover story on cats and comedy, and I co-wrote that story.
Wow.
So we're way ahead of the curve, but now they're called Catster and Dogster, I believe, online. So
you knew that cats were hilarious before the internet knew?
I think so. I think I actually told I really feel like I should get some sort of royalty on everybody's cat.
This is an important revelation.
You were the OG grumpy cat.
Yeah, I was the OG. Yeah, exactly. I just needed the cat.
Yeah.
If we can get to Christy's Amazon link, we could have her read some of her customer reviews. Christy's first book has something like 167. Yeah, go to... It's the mango cake. The mango cake is the first one, right?
Yes, the mango cake and murder is the first one.
All right, so can you explain the plot line here?
Okay, so basically, my character, I fell in love late in life, so I made my character divorced and single because that's easier for people to believe.
Yeah, it's like I tell people I skipped my first marriage.
Yeah, I did too.
It was just convenient.
It was so much cheaper.
Yeah, and I got to be alone.
Right.
Which was nice.
Yeah. I mean, I accumulated some nice stuff, and I get to own that heartache all on my own. I like to do it faster. But so my character's divorced, and my mom finds me working at a really horrible burger shop, and she says, come work for me as a caterer.
This is the same plot as Diner Dash.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is that a video game?
Well, yeah, you keep seating people and then bringing them food. And if you do that fast enough, you move on to the next level.
Are there any murders?
No.
Just your soul. That's it.
And your metabolism from the burgers.
Okay, go ahead.
So basically, on our very first gig, the 85-year-old birthday boy dies, and my cousin Celia, who did the right thing as a Filipino daughter should do, became a nurse. She's the one who's suspected of being the murderer. Because, their pills, his medication has been tampered with, and we have to find out and prove our innocence.
And she is a Filipino nurse.
Yes,
which they have at Kaiser. I've seen it.
Yes.
There's plenty.
It's what I was supposed to be, according to my mother. Yeah. Anything in medicine would have been appropriate.
Yeah. But, you and Bernadette Blacktoast went into comedy, so I think there might be a little bit of a comedy gene in the Filipino culture.
There is.
Yeah.
Although my brother is the funny one out of the three of us, but he decided to have children and graduate from college, so...
Not hilarious.
That's the same thing with me. My brother, I think, is very funny, but he went to law school and became a lawyer. So
I don't know what they want, success and money and stuff.
My
whatever.
sister is the funny one, and she's not even remotely Filipino that we know of, but she's definitely the funny one. But yeah, she does graphic design. I don't know, sometimes the funniest one in the family doesn't have the other gene, which is like, please love me, that...
The neediness.
We got that, yeah.
Yeah, I did. I got
Please
that
love me publicly and applaud.
Yeah.
Right.
And laugh out loud while I stand here. That's a whole separate gene pool.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
The series is called Mom and Christy's Cozy Mysteries.
Yes.
Do they keep people guessing like a real mystery only with laughter? Or are they more funny than they are mysterious?
I've only read a couple of reviews where a couple people actually figured out who the murderer was ahead of time. So I do like to think that the people they're guessing, but it is kind of more Bridget Jones with a mystery than it's like Agatha Christie style. So the comedy is pretty good.
Now, had you read a lot of mysteries in advance of becoming a mystery writer?
Well, I started off with the Nancy Drew mysteries as a kid. I did all of those. And then I read a bunch of cozy mysteries before I decided, I'm going to go ahead and give it a try. And then, of course, Milda Harris, who's the wife of your guest last week.
Right, she is.
She writes young adult mysteries, and I'd read all of her books as well. And she's actually the reason why I started thinking, I'd like to write mysteries too.
Oh, wow. That's interesting.
Awesome.
Now, what defines a mystery as a cozy mystery?
Less gore, less violence, no graphic language. So it's a lot more family friendly. Think Murder, She Wrote.
Whoever coined that term, I just want to give a hug.
Yeah, that's good. So, like, Sue Grafton wouldn't be considered a cozy mystery then, because
there's a little more they're a little more dangerous.
And there's a lot more like adult content with like sex and stuff. Right?
Exactly. But there are some cozies that are in that section. Oh, sorry.
Is it also that it's an amateur sleuth? Is that part of it?
Yes, it's usually always an amateur sleuth, and it's usually set in a small town setting. Usually, like that's why it's my mysteries are set in Fletcher Canyon, which is named after Jessica Fletcher from the Murder, She Wrote series, because she's sort of the television.
And apparently, there's also a lot of food.
Yes, there's always a lot of food. I'm in the culinary cozies. Yeah.
How did you know that, Bill? How did you know there was food in a cozy mystery?
Because there's mango cake, there's apple pies, milkshakes, mocha murder, coconuts.
He's simply doing his research. It's in the titles of the book. Oh, he's drinking a cozy coffee.
And they are tasty, very tasty mysteries.
Exactly. Very tasty.
Bill is in Nashville. And he is the real life Deacon Claiborne.
Really?
Yeah. Look at him.
No idea what that means, but okay.
Trust me. Do you watch Nashville?
No, I don't.
Okay, so if you did,
I don't watch
he
it
would.
either.
All right.
Oh, that explains it because I don't watch it either.
There's a whole
I live
show
it.
named after your town, and you've never, it has never occurred to you.
No
Let's
interest.
see what's Dina! I'm so excited about it. Okay, go sit over there.
Okay, so Ranch Mama gave Mango Cake and Murder 5 stars, and she says, it's an enjoyable, cozy mystery. Love the humor mixed throughout this. In the skillful way, the author blends all the elements of this mystery together. Great blending in of a new fledgling relationship between a mother and a daughter while solving the mystery of a murder.
Wow.
Thanks,
then
Ranch Mama.
You have another review from Amazon customer Mary.
Mary, yes.
Yeah.
I think she's from Vero Beach, if I remember Mary
okay.
correctly. That's how closely I keep in touch with them.
Sure.
We need the 5 stars to keep coming. She says it's heartwarming, is the headline. What a great read. Funny and heartwarming with mom and daughter, but with the serious murder-solving duo. Makes you want a recipe for mango cake. Add in a cat that loves mom and dislikes the daughter, and you have it all. Love, laughter, slight suspense. Make a terrific read. Can't wait to read more. Thank you. Yeah.
Nice. That's awesome.
So now, before we get to Dana, and I will say that Dana Eagle has arrived, and you can
Dana
start,
is in the building.
Yay.
Bill, start Googling. We're going to talk Goodreads for a moment, because our show is all about the internet, Dana.
Okay.
And so Goodreads is sort of a social network for book nerds. So it's like,
Yes, I did know.
but somehow for me, although I am a member, it's like almost doing homework. It's like you finish the book and now you have to write a book report. So it's like, I love the idea of it, but I don't keep up with it.
So do you have to do a book report?
No.
You have to.
You don't,
See,
right?
this is the problem.
Okay.
Is Louise sees herself as a contributor. See, there are people that contribute in this world, and there are people that suck. I'm a sucker, and so what I do is I go to Goodreads and I see what the reviews are, and then I pick up the books that have good reviews.
Oh, I see.
And then I could read them and disagree or agree. But you're not going to hear about it. I'm just going to go on with my day
I see.
until Louise contributes the next
So
review.
you just utilize it as a tool.
Yes.
It's sort of like Waze. It's like, how do people know? Who's
yeah.
driving and posting fire trucks? But somebody is.
It's you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's you.
All right. So I went to Christy's Goodreads. Now, do you have a Goodreads page? As
Her
an
book is on there because I added it on my want to read list.
So you could do that, Dana.
did.
Yeah.
Oh, you added it on your own want to.
I did.
And that's something Donald Trump has never done. He's never actually read the book he wrote.
Nor
So-
wanted to read anything.
Right. So you're ahead of him, which is a low bar, but
Yeah.
So Christy's most recent book is the 5th in the series. It's called Coconuts and Crooks, a clean, funny mystery. And this is where Mom and Christy head to the Philippines to solve a mystery over a decade old, the death of Mom's sister, Lalaine. But when Mom's prime suspect, Judge Hernandez, winds up dead, the entire island thinks Mom killed him. So you two are both suspects quite often. You're a little bit too close to all this murdery activity.
Yeah, well, I'm secretly killing everybody to keep the business going, but, we don't put that in the books.
Right. It's like the guy who goes around breaking windows because he makes windows.
It's the subtext.
It is.
Firefighter who lights
So do you have the
fires.
Goodreads link? All right, so we're going to click on the Goodreads link because you can ask the author a question.
Yes.
And scroll up and you'll see that she got a question maybe last night.
It might have been the first question in the history of anybody asking me questions.
And it says, hey, Christy, aren't you going to be on the podcast Things I Found Online this Tuesday?
Whoa.
February 13th. This is such a fantastic podcast. Sincerely, Louise Palanker. Ooh, I got an answer.
did
John,
get an
John,
answer?
can you read Christy's? Christy wrote back to me.
Let's see. Why, yes. I'm so glad you asked about me being on Things I Found Online this Tuesday with host Louise Palanker. I agree. It's a fantastic podcast. I only do fantastic podcasts. It's like my thing.
Yeah, it's her thing. Yeah. So you can communicate with the author. Have you ever written to any other authors on Goodreads?
No. Mostly authors, if you communicate too much with fans on Goodreads, they'll kind of, they'll think you're an author behaving badly and they'll sort of come after you. It's really very much, there's like a little bit of vigilante justice with authors trying to promo too much. So I sort of stay away.
That sounds like fun. Now
Yeah.
I am going to get on.
Oh, yeah, now we're in.
Now I'm on.
So Goodreads has sort of a code of ethic,
Yeah.
which it's probably very, very strictly adhered to because readers can be such smarty pants.
Yeah, I love that about them. I mean,
Yeah.
if I were going to have a party at my home, I would want readers and writers to be there. If I was going to have a party somewhere else, I would invite comedians. But
Okay.
yeah, but it
I
makes
see.
for a lot. They do enforce the rules. They've read the rules.
They've read the rules. They often write them.
Yes, they often do.
You know, like, and so later in the senior community that we're all going to be in together, they'll be the ones.
I'm already looking at mine. Yeah.
Okay, you're shopping.
I'm shopping them now.
Where's yours?
Oh, it's going to be in Florida. That's where I'm from. So I already kind of am looking. One of those 55-year-old with all the, I'm already get off my lawn kind of person. So it's
So Dana's here, and this is Dana's book.
Yeah.
It's called How to Be Depressed,
A guide.
a guide.
Oh,
And so Dana, can you tell us what inspired you to write this book?
Well, I have no history of depression, if that's what you were thinking. Not at all. I just thought it would be fun. No, what inspired it is too many self-help books. So, I would read them and it just always felt like I was lying to myself, which isn't to say I haven't gotten some good techniques from them. And so I just always felt like, well, I'm lying to myself. And it just helped more to, like, doing stand-up, to kind of like follow the path of ugly. Like, that's what you're so scared of. You're so scared of, like, how bad can this get? And so then it turns out it can get really bad, but it could get hilariously bad. Like, once you step outside of reality, now you could go anywhere, and now it's fun.
Okay, so you embrace it.
I embrace it. I do stuff like finding your depressed pose. So stuff like that.
Oh, well, here it is. It's on the cover.
Yeah. So I have stuff like,
She's sort of reclining.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you have stuff like finding your depressed pose, the perks of being depressed in different cities and countries. In France, perks of being depressed in France. Tell people you are not depressed, you are les miserables.
Oh.
So stuff like that. And then I would say the part like I took straight from self-help is a lot of self-help books have the daily affirmations, right? And so what I did was I did daily negations. Like, what your father said about you is true. It's not bad lighting. That's what you look like.
Right. Yeah.
Go ahead, learn a new language. Be unfunny in 2 languages.
Yeah, speaking of which, I have in my notes here that this book is coming out in 4 different languages.
It came out in French first.
Right.
Nice.
Which is, I mean, if you're speaking French, you're probably already at least somewhat depressed.
Yes. The French are able to be depressed and have better music. Like,
Yeah.
better
And food.
and food too. And then this year German. And
That's depressed and angry.
yes, it is. And then Turkish as
Ooh.
well.
Oh, Dark Horse.
Yeah,
Candy.
I know. That was
Your
an
book is
interesting
coming out in Turkish. I would like a copy of that.
one. Okay. There's also a quiz at the beginning.
All right, we're going to pass this to Lauri, and she's going to randomly turn to a page and read from it.
Okay.
I have a question first, though.
Yeah.
How do I know that I have what it takes to be depressed?
Oh, you don't. Sorry.
No,
Your
well,
eyes are too twinkly.
well, there's a quiz.
There is a
That's how
quiz.
you know. So there's a quiz, and you can find out if, like, do you go to bed early, not necessarily because you're tired, but because you don't want to be awake anymore. That would be one of the questions from the quiz.
That's one.
Yeah.
That's almost too true to be funny.
I know. Some of them hit that line. I did get notes back from the editor going, "Ooh, this is dark." And I was like, yeah. It's not called How to Be Irritated.
Yeah. All right, Lauri, what you got?
Okay, so Dana pointed to a page. So,
No, you picked it out randomly, right?
oh,
I followed directions.
I love how we cheated our own
oh,
game.
sorry. Yeah. There we go. Responding to the question, "What's wrong?"
Oh, it's the other page.
Oh,
Although that one's good too. That one's good too. Actually, I like both those.
Wait, I want to know the answer to that.
Yeah, go
well
ahead.
then buy the book.
That one's good. Actually, both of them are good.
I'll read this one.
Controlling.
first.
That's my next book. How to Be Controlling.
Guide body meditation. Scientists have discovered a mind-body connection. People with great bodies don't care about their minds. The following meditation is an exercise for people who can't be bothered to exercise. Begin by closing your eyes. Don't relax. Feel the weight of your body, the weight of your head. Wow, that thing is heavy. Imagine yourself going down a river. Stay focused or you'll drown. Feel yourself bobbing gently in the current. The water probably has some flesh-eating bacteria, so keep your mouth closed. As you float down the river, feel at one with decay. You hit your head on a rock. Yeah, painful. Breathe. It's only a tiny bit of blood. You arrive at a clearing, step out of the water and into a meadow. Open your mind's eye. What do you see? Flowers? Butterflies? How about ticks? You have to check for ticks. Lyme disease is a serious disorder that no doctor ever believes you have because it is nearly impossible to diagnose before your nerves shut down and you die. Now, just allow yourself to relax and think about death. Okay, now open your eyes. Bring yourself back to your surroundings. How do you feel? Embarrassed? Yeah, that was weird.
Good job. That was a big read. Thank you.
Do you want me to
did a
read
fantastic job.
What's wrong
You
as
did
well?
a really
or-
good job.
Okay.
Yeah, that was fantastic. We're going to have Dana read from her reviews
Oh, I
on
am?
Amazon.
This is nice. You will be someone new after reading this book. That's the title. It says, I bought the book because I was laughing out loud at the bookstore and I needed more people to feel the same joy I felt. Simply a masterpiece. I'm in love. Ha 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 ha.
The book's not working, Dana.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
That's
Try again.
I'm so happy.
Only time a 5-star review is
Oh,
actually
here's
a bad
another
thing.
one. Oh, there's a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, I got some really good reviews. I was reading this book on the train today and kept snort laughing like a lunatic. Super funny. I like the snort laugh.
Yeah, the snort laugh is good.
How to be a lunatic. That'll be my next book, and then I could start by snort laughing.
Yeah, or any sort of public behavior that other people find alarming.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So Dana,
Yeah.
are you gonna continue? So you are both stand-up comedians, and I don't know. We haven't told, like, Chrissy and I have like a past. Chrissy ran an open mic at a laundromat.
It was a book show because we couldn't trust the people not to swear in front of the children. So
Oh,
I
it
had
was
to
a book
book it.
show.
Yeah.
I should remember that properly. I was booked
Always.
at a laundromat.
You had a standing booking.
I didn't just show up. No. But it was like an
Oh my
enormous laundromat that had a Subway and a Starbucks. It was like its own village. And there were people who brought their whole family on Wednesday because it was comedy night. And we got to know all the kids and everything. And they would sit there doing their homework. So you had to work pretty clean, not just in deference to the laundry, but also the children.
Yeah.
And it was fun. You really learned crowd work. Because there were people doing laundry, and then they'd have tables. Like
Right,
you could
right,
get
by
your-
the Subway. If you
Yeah,
had
you
like
get
a
a Subway
sandwich.
sandwich and sit down and watch the comedians. And Christy, you would bring your.
I would bring chairs.
Yeah.
I brought my own chairs. There was 6 plastic chairs I brought by the end of the show. 4 plastic chairs left because 2 were stolen during 90 minutes of show. That was amazing.
Every week.
Animals.
Yeah,
That is hilarious.
yeah, and we would come and we had some. Feeney was always there, and Deb, and
Yeah, and Brett and everything.
yeah.
And Last Comic Standing, which you were on, you were fantastic on.
Thank you.
Season 2, Last Comic Standing came on. We were a challenge segment.
Oh, that's
Yes,
right.
I remember that.
I wrote to them because Daisy Gardner said this would make a great challenge segment. So I wrote to them, and I was supposed to be in that segment. I hosted it, and they literally, I convinced Brett and his girlfriend at the time, who your guest last week, to come down and do laundry and laugh at my set. Do you know what I mean? And so they did. They pretended to do laundry. They laughed at my set at the beginning, and then they left. Do you know what I mean? Because they had better things to do than stand around in a laundromat. They used those laughs that I'd actually shilled for throughout the whole episode for not me. For everyone else.
Are you saying TV isn't real?
Wow, that story illustrates the lie of television.
and I was edited out completely, but Brett was in that episode of Last Comic Standing doing his laundry more than anyone else. But you were actually on it doing comedy.
Yeah, Dana, do you have
her
any
set was
last
great.
comic?
But we used your laughs.
Do you have any last comic stories? Like, was it real, or did they say, "Hey, that happened"? Reenact it.
It felt really real. Like I felt very tense for about a month or
Okay,
so.
yeah.
I think the only thing that was weird. Let me say this because I did after I was asked to kindly leave. I did come to the conclusion that when I won, it was 100% fair, and when I lost, it was very unfair.
Right.
And I say that with all my heart. Actually, I felt like I'm just going to say it. I could be a sore loser. My show, possibly the one I was kicked off of, it was the second show. It was the second taping of the day using the same audience, and they did not want to be audience anymore.
They were weary.
They were a little weary, and it was funny because we were the late show, so I was like, oh my god, thank God I got the evening show. Who wants to do a show in the middle of the day?
Right.
Oh, we got. And actually, from the picks on there, they ended up choosing like very few from our show, and everybody was chosen from the earlier show. So that's me being a sore loser.
Yeah. Because we know you're the funniest one.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. That's what I thought so as well. But I will say it was really great experience because I've always had trouble doing this stuff, you know, like just feeling comfortable on this. Like I'm trying not to think about the fact that we're live. But
no one's actually watching.
Christina Pajitsky.
Yes.
She was always comfortable, like when you just be having a conversation, a camera just came, like I would start to shut down, and she was always, and I was like, how do you get so comfortable? Is that because you've done so much TV before? Is that because you do podcasts? She said, and I realized no one really cares.
Yeah, I mean,
Really,
there's a freedom in that.
Doesn't matter.
There's such a freedom
No
in
one
that.
cares. No one cares what you're talking about. And I was like, that has been very freeing in my life. No one cares what I say.
Yeah, no, it's not that they don't care what you say. It's just that what they're thinking is a million times more important.
Absolutely.
Because everyone has their own solar system of thoughts.
I'm barely hearing you right now.
Yeah.
My aunt always used to say, you'd be astonished at how little people think about other people. Like,
Right.
It's just like, and it's true. Like I go through the day mostly thinking about myself and what I assume other people are thinking about me. But then I never actually think about other people. So.
Well, you do have the bluest eyes.
You do have
And I think
pretty
I've told you
blue
that.
eyes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So that is a thought that I had.
You have really cool glasses.
Thank you. You too.
I thought I did, but now that I've seen yours, I have to say I'm double thinking it. I
Wow.
really like that. I mean, those are statements.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a statement.
And with the hat, I don't
The
even
hat?
know. Like, how would you define the table you would sit at in
This
high
is
school?
I could sit at
You're like,
anyone's
who?
table.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
She's just
wow.
balling, right? Is that a word?
That's funny because when I was in high school, my table was the bathroom.
I sat alone on the stairs.
Because I was so shy that I would eat in the bathroom.
So we should probably do. So all four of us are women who do stand-up comedy, right?
Yes.
right.
So what were you like in high school?
I was incredibly shy for a very long time. I would eat alone in the bathroom. But then when I was, I would say 10th grade, I started like making fun of myself because I was always so afraid that people hated me. So I figure, well, I'll get them on my side by hating me. So I was like, look at how stupid I am.
I'll do it first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I actually got sent to the principal's office for being too hard on myself.
For bullying yourself.
Yeah. For getting too angry with myself.
Yep.
During a class, the teacher was like, "All right, we get it." Wow. And then and then I just kind of mellowed out towards like senior year. But yeah, I was just basically that's how I was for most of my high school.
So mostly shy and then kind of self-deprecating.
Yeah, I think one of the things that I think helped kind of me get confidence towards the end of my senior year was that I went to a high school where junior high and high school was the same. So I went the people I went through high school with, I went through junior high with. So I knew these people for 6 years by the time I was a senior.
Yeah.
So it was almost like family kind of thing. 'Cause
Yeah.
you could just be like, oh, I don't, because then at that point I don't give a shit what you think about me. I know things about you. So.
Right. And Dana, what about you? What were you like in high
It's
school?
really cool. No, I was weird. Like I was fine. The one year I did drama club and I sort of like found my peeps. Mm-hmm. But other than that, no, I was weird and I didn't embrace, like I did that thing where I tried to be cool, but everybody knew and I wasn't. And yeah.
Oh, you were
I
fronting.
don't have great things to say. I wouldn't have voted for me. Although I did have a good poster. It said, vote Dana Eagle for vice president and watch Key Club soar. Get it, Eagle, vice president.
Wow.
And I still didn't win.
That's quite a caption.
I
know.
ran for vice president too. My poster was "Don't run, walk."
I like
That's
that.
a good one too.
Yeah.
And Christy, what were you like in high school?
I was invisible for a long time. I was in the orchestra, which band geeks made fun of the people in the orchestra. That's how low on the social totem pole that is. And then I dual enrolled in college and high school at the same time. So I was absent a lot. I was missing. And they actually they had me go to my junior and senior year. They had me go first and second period, then go to college during lunch, ensuring I would never make any friends, and then come back for 6th and 7th.
So were you a child genius?
Where'd you go to college?
Oh, the community college, but you got to go for free because there was no. You got to go for free because my family wasn't. I was actually very Molly Ringwald. I was in a rich school and I was a working class kid. So
That's romantic. Yeah.
Yeah. But they all were sure that they were Molly Ringwald in their minds, and I was like,
No, but they weren't.
They weren't.
No.
I'm like, yeah.
Bill.
Yes, ma'am.
Where's Bill? So I would assume that you were cool.
Yeah, he's got the hair.
Is that correct?
No.
No. You weren't cool.
I was a farm boy. Farm boys weren't cool.
But they always had the best float at homecoming.
But
the
you
future
were-
farmers of America.
But everyone in your town was a farm boy, right? Because it was a farm town.
Our school we had a lot of Aggies, yeah, but like most schools we had, there were the Ag boys, there were the jocks, there were the stoners, but I was friends with everybody a little bit, but not. Yeah, I was not cool.
Okay, so you were cool.
You had friends.
Yeah, you were friends with people.
So how is everybody with
those eyes.
with befriending? I know, right?
Those eyes and
Like
those
my
eyes.
mom will look at Bill and she'll go, "Could he be any handsomer?" And I'm like,
Stop it.
"It's not physically possible, so don't ask him to try." So how are you with befriending people that knew you? Like, if you get a friend request from someone who knew you in high school, is it like accept, or you're like, no, I don't know you for a reason because I knew you and I don't wish to know you? Or do you accept friend requests from high school people?
Oh yeah, I accept friend requests. I mean, when we graduated, MySpace kind of really took off. So that's kind of, and then you translate that into Facebook, and so I think that's kind of how people have stayed like connected. I mean, I still don't have a lot in common with a lot of the people that I went to high school with, but, it's been nice to see them getting married and their pictures of their kids and stuff.
Yeah.
I tried, I think the thing that made me, or the thing where I went wrong, that's what I'm trying to say, is that I tried to then take that into the real world and be like, oh, let's hang out, let's be friends.
Okay.
But then it's like, well, we have nothing in common.
Right. You're better just scrolling through my feed than actually here.
Yeah, scrolling, commenting. I mean, I'm sure that, like, if I saw them and we chatted for a bit, that would be nice. And I've seen people that I went to high school with, and, we've chatted for a bit. But, like, yeah, we don't really have anything in common.
Yeah, so you're sort of like the first generation of people that never actually had to lose touch.
Yeah.
And, in my generation, it was like, bye. Especially since, like, I grew up in Buffalo and moved to L.A. So it's only been, like, within the past 10 or 15 years that people on Facebook have been like, and I'm like, that name sounds so... Oh, yeah. Yeah, and I'm happy to friend anybody who knew me in high school. I don't even remember if you beat me up. Like, I don't...
And I'm lucky because I went to a really small high school. We had a graduating class of 120.
Okay.
And... the people I went to high school with, like, no one really no bullies. I mean, I would say probably, if looking back on it, I was probably the quote-unquote most bullyish of everybody because I was very sarcastic.
Oh, okay. So you were biting.
Yeah, so people would kind of always take what I said wrong, and then I'd have to apologize and be like, oh, God, I didn't mean that.
Yeah.
I was just being sarcastic. But we had no bullies. And then I'm lucky. I would say probably, like, maybe 2 or 3 of the people I went to high school with ended up becoming like nutbags, like racists and homophobes and stuff. And so I would say, like, that, and I think that's pretty lucky that I don't really everybody in my high school. I mean, we might not get along politically or whatever, but there's no like crazies.
Yeah,
from my high school.
That's good. What about you guys?
I have the Dana is Cool Facebook,
Right.
and then I have Dana Eagle Comedy that when I just start. So I always just hit accept because everyone said I want as many friends as possible. So I have to sell books.
Right.
Yep.
That's really what's important,
Yeah.
not relationships.
Yeah, buy the book.
Money.
By the book.
By the book, yeah.
I like that you have your priorities in order. That's
Thank
good.
you. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Sell books.
Yeah.
Friends.
And what about you, Christy?
One of my most recent happiest moments actually came from a friend that I knew from science, math, and computer camp. That we went to high school together, but he kept achieving as an Asian kid, and I kind of imploded on myself. And he actually wrote, "I'm so impressed you've written a book." And I looked, and he was like the crowning glory of all Asian kids, what we should be. He's a doctor at Kaiser in Northern California, and he was impressed by my book.
And
I was
first chair violin somewhere.
Yeah, I was first chair violin. I did that.
Okay.
I feel like I'm the cool one on this couch.
You
kind
are.
of.
You're actually.
I think you are. Yeah.
I got a huge compliment a couple years after I graduated high school in 2004. So a couple years after I graduated, this kid that I went to high school with, who when I was in high school, I was dared $1 to kiss him. So I just walked up and kissed him because I was like, I'll take that $1. And he started writing a blog, and now he's like the head of, I want to say, GoDaddy. Like, he's like a muckety muck in the technology world. Wow. But he wrote a blog. You started a blog that was pretty famous, and he talked about me in one of his posts, and he was saying that how I was a person who was, I'm doing comedy, and he thought it was funny, and that he was like, I was dared to kiss him, but then at the end he goes, and if she lost weight, she'd be hot. Ow. And I was like,
oh man,
I was liking him up until then.
I know.
I'm just telling you,
so
I was planning on transferring my domains from GoDaddy to someplace else, and now I'm definitely doing it.
Well, I don't think he works there now, but yeah.
But I don't. But when you write it, it's different. When I
misogynistic.
write it, at least you have time to review
read it back and go like, okay, here's the point where I cross into misogyny. Okay,
right.
Let me back that up.
I do get in trouble writing with emails, especially with talking. Like, again, I'm a very sarcastic person. So like you were saying, with in-person conversation, you can see where the line is. If I said something to you and you didn't like it, I could go, okay, that's the line, I'm going to back off. With writing, there's no context. There's no, like, you can't see that I'm being sarcastic. So it's just like, sometimes I have to, like, stop myself because I'm like, oh, I'm going to sound like a real asshole if I write this. Like,
I don't know. I think if you think that, then you don't. If you're thinking it, then you don't. It's when you go in. It's always when I go into something confident that I fall on my face. So I think if you're thinking it, you're fine. Having said that, I would like to get an email to judge on my own.
oh, okay.
Okay, so we're gonna read some fan mail.
Woohoo.
This came in on our YouTube. I always post these shows on YouTube. In addition to listening to the podcast, you can actually look at us, and you can see like Lauri is beautiful, and she shouldn't change a thing. This comes from Herbie Harwell.
I'm
and
actually going to gain more weight. So.
I think that's completely a wonderful, excellent plan. This is from Herbie, and he writes, "One fabulous show, Louise. In the history of my dumbfounded and insane internet trek, I have never found such a wonderful group of people that read my mind. Your show is a perfect display of how a pure, honest, fun discussion can bring folks together. Simply and sincerely saying your show is the best thing this family black sheep has ever seen. Love you, Louise. Thank you, and all those making your shows possible," which includes all of you people. And so if you're the black sheep of your family, Herbie, you are officially a member of our family, and we are thrilled to have you. So now we get back to Christy and her renaissance-ness.
Renaissance.
I know.
Yeah, because she's also a singer-songwriter, and I hope you have this link, Dina, because you're going to be impressed. And I do want to say that this video was animated by Brett Gilbert. Here we go.
I'm a huge.
She looks stunned.
That looks great.
I'm startled.
These lyrics
I've
are great.
always wanted to know how to spell this.
Yeah. Brett spelled that for us. Yeah.
Brett did.
I hear my neighbors downstairs. I hear the guys say, I don't care. They're fighting again. It's 4 a.m. I hear a plate slam to the ground. I hear the girls shout out, I'm gonna frickin' kill you if you eat my damn burrito again.
That really happened.
Oh my God.
That really happened.
I would love for you to narrate this, Christy. Continue.
Or another friend wants to tell me about her latest breakthrough in couples therapy. And they say not to worry, there's someone for me.
Always my friends in the most like horrifying relationships always tell me I can find somebody.
Yeah.
That's what that line is based from.
That's so true.
I had a friend call me in tears. A senior boyfriend of 1.5 years. Just broke up with her through his Facebook status. And even though he's kind of a jerk, she said she's got to find a way to make it work. And I was like, why? And she was all, because I don't want to die alone.
popular reason to stay in a couple.
Yeah.
Don't die alone. That's what marriage should be all about.
Friend says she's gotta work it out with stuff she saw on a daytime talk show, antidepressants and more therapy. Cause she can't be single and die alone. I guess like me. Oh, I wanna know why your only choice in this whole wide world is to die alone or go back to that guy.
That's a great illustration right there.
What I love is Brett writes, "You pay," and it's amazing because I dated Brett for a while and I always paid. And that's what I think is hilarious.
Wait, so did he do this for you for free? It's payback?
No, I paid him $100 for this.
Jesus.
Wow, this is worth like 150.
Yeah, at least.
No, this is excellent.
This is really
Now,
well
you know
done.
Gary and Jane, right? This is their actual postcard.
And they dress alike. A couple
do.
dresses alike.
And then they went so far.
And this is their real postcard.
That was really their card.
Yeah.
Oh my
I
god.
was really happy.
And I was.
Cause every once in a while.
Because they were like the only happy comedy couple I ever met. Like where I
Right.
thought, you getting married is a good idea.
Right.
You know,
right.
most of the time my friends got married and I would be like, oh, I guess I send a gift. Like, this seems like a bad idea.
Yeah.
I don't think singles are bad.
We won't
way
mention
to-
any names.
No, we won't. I can't. I mean, I think
But
most.
I'm thinking them.
Yeah.
I'm having way more fun, and I'm no longer
This is fantastic.
pizza for one.
Pizza for one is the best.
Pizza for one is awesome. You get to eat all of it. That should help you gain some weight, Lauri. Look into pizza.
Yeah.
It's helpful.
You probably wouldn't have found that on your own.
No. I've just been eating a bunch of salads.
Yeah, that's not going to work.
Wish that they could see.
This is great.
Isn't this fantastic? It has like
Around these days.
16 million views or something.
This is
It was like I
amazing.
looked at her video and I was like,
Jealous.
oh my god, this is so famous.
It was a lot easier then. There was less videos on YouTube when I posted that.
No, but it's excellent. It's
Oh,
really
yeah,
well
yeah.
done.
But Brett and I really, he worked hard on the drawings
Brett
and
is
stuff
so
like that. He
talented.
did. He did.
So before we close out the show,
Wait, I have
we're
to
gonna
promote something.
Oh yeah, please.
I'm sorry. Is that okay?
Yeah,
Can I just
that's
promote
why
something?
you drove all
And
the way
it's-
over.
It is, and it's not. And here's the thing: it's mostly not about me. So I am doing a walk March 11th, and it's power. Go to poweroftower.org and sign up for my team. My team is the Instigators. Mm-hmm. Okay, and it's for cancer research, and it is a good organization where the money actually goes. I always do charity watch on my own, so I'm not gonna. And then I really want. Here's the thing: is it's in memory of this wonderful woman, Cindy Harris, and she lost her life last year.
I'm so sorry.
And she left behind 2 daughters, and so it is really important for that reason. To me, it's also very important. This is where I take cancer fitness, where I do my cancer fitness, and I found out that some of the other people started teams. One of the other instructors started a team, and it's really important that my team beat her team.
Oh, we have to beat them.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
it's really about.
I think
is
it's-
winning.
Yeah.
Winning is important.
But
And
that's-
crushing.
We don't have to
others.
win the race. We just have to raise the most money. Just make sure you donate under the Instigators.
Instigators.
That is the most important thing.
Okay.
More important than curing cancer is making sure that I get the credit.
Right.
Right.
That's important. And then now we're going to go into the Wayback Machine. And Christy, you were telling us
Wayback?
at the top of the show that you went online as an early adapter.
Right. You can tell by the design of the website.
Yeah,
It's still
and
up.
so way back in 2007 through 2012, Christy made her living on the internet with this ancient-looking website, and we do. Ooh, look at that! So, what was the idea? How did you figure out how to do this? Did you make the site yourself, or do you have friends who knew how to code?
I went with a service that actually locked me into this horrible design, so I'm not going to mention their name because
So
I
we
hate
don't
them.
send them a thank you.
No, we
Was
do
it
not. They
GoDaddy?
do not get the. Yeah, no, it was worse than GoDaddy, if you can imagine.
So what happens? You go on. So let's say it's 2007, and you go on. What happens?
When you go 2007, I thought I was making this for people where English was a second language, and my mother is Filipino, so I used to have to write all the notes and stuff like that for our
Sure.
family. So I thought, it'd be great if you could just copy and paste like a thank you note or a thank you card to someone, it would be more likely you would send the card. And it turns out that you don't have to have English as a second language. You could just be lazy.
Sure.
And so you'd rather Google the wording for a card. So you would just go to this site.
Okay.
I would tell you to say how to say thank you for your baby shower gift, or when somebody died and sent a card or something like that. I would tell you what to say.
So the proper words for any occasion.
For any occasion,
Yeah.
and then you'd copy them into a card. And if occasionally, if you wanted to buy a card, I would make a little bit of money. Or if you clicked on an ad accidentally, I might make some money.
Thank you note phrases.
Yes.
All right. So this is people who just don't have words in their head.
In any language.
No, it's just in English. It's it's amazing how lazy people can be, but they are grateful. They're grateful and lazy. My favorite type of person.
And then how do you make money? Grateful, lazy people. Yeah.
At the time, this site used to get 10,000 unique visitors daily.
Oh my gosh.
And how do you make the money?
The ads. Google AdSense.
Oh,
This was
really?
back when you can make money. That's how old the internet is. This was back when this website has made me over $300,000.
Oh my God. I was just about to start making fun, and now I'm going to keep my mouth shut.
Yeah.
It's more than like if I would have sold a screenplay. I was writing screenplays while I was doing this. I've never made a nickel off a screenplay. I made more money off that site than anything I've ever done.
As soon as we go off air, I want to know what you're doing next.
Well, no, now
I
the
will
site
invest.
makes like $80 a month now.
Oh, all right.
It's still 80.
Yeah, it's
So-
still like 80
$80.
You could use that to donate to the instigator
Yeah.
Well, yeah, to the instigators,
Yes,
so we can
thank
win.
you.
for the Power Tower.
I'm going
So-
to take credit for you winning when I donate, even if it's only $5.
Thank you.
So-
And we don't have to win the race. I just want to win the raising
I
money.
understand. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, what is the reason that your site would make less money? Is that there's more sites like that, or is that people have learned how to speak English? Like what is the diminishing? Explain.
Once my site became really popular and they did a couple of articles on me in like internet marketing things, a lot of people just basically copied the site over and over again. And then also it's just less people, it's more diverse. Like more people spend more time on places like Facebook than they do individual websites. So
Okay.
it's like now it only gets about 800 visitors a day.
So yeah, there's other ways to thank a person.
Yes.
You can just
Yeah.
text them like an emoji.
It's mostly the traffic decline. It's the traffic. And also AdSense, they don't pay us out as much as they used to.
AdSense.
AdSense. And people are wiser now. They have ad blockers, all kinds of other things. But back in the day, in 2007, that was like
You made it off the advertisements.
at the after.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't even have to think about.
All right, so we should cook up a new scheme.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
Where
from
would
when I-
people go?
Where would they go?
Yeah, like if they're not going to
Should we-
send thank you notes, like where?
Pyramid scheme?
No, it doesn't have to be a pyramid scheme. It could be something where people feel like, oh, I clicked here and it was very helpful, and they don't need to know how much money Christy made. They just went there because they wanted to.
Oh.
Maybe like a fake Facebook
Sorry.
account that will distract your high school friends. So like, and it makes you seem like you're successful.
Yeah, I think a fake Facebook account that makes it look to your high school friends like that you got really, really successful, and that you that you had
That is brilliant.
like that you live in Hawaii on a ranch and with horses, so that
You're skinny and married to Charlize Theron.
right, and then when you go to your reunion, you have like a lot of lying to do.
Yeah.
Or you just send that person who pretended to be you or something. Maybe you can get really a luxury service where you send someone else.
Or you just say you're too busy. Like I have an island.
Oh, yeah,
to
that's
run.
right. You're too
I don't
busy
have
to go to a
time.
reunion.
Yeah, you're not going to the
successful
reunion.
people
Yeah.
don't go to
Have an
reunions.
island.
Yeah.
Isn't that what we do on Facebook now?
I don't.
Pretty much make it look like everything is so fantastic.
Pretty much.
Wait, so how are we
right, Bill.
monetizing this? People are paying us to create the profile, or
Haven't thought it through.
oh, okay, that's okay. Listen, people are investing in Bitcoin all over the place. They haven't thought it through, so
Yeah.
don't worry.
Bill, you must have some good internet marketing ideas.
God, no.
No, well, you can make songs. He writes songs, and he has his own. Hey, Bill, we never let you promote your album. You have an album.
I do have an album. It's called Put the Top Down, and actually just reached number 9 on the IBBA top albums for January.
Should we? Do you have a video? Because we could have Dina go to one of your videos, and we could close our show with one of your videos.
Yeah, just go to YouTube and look up Top Down and my name, and that's the latest one.
Everybody wave.
New screen cap. Bill Filipiak, Top Down. All right. Thanks for being with us, and please
Thank
enjoy Bill's
you.
new video. There's Bill in black and white.
Look at that. Everybody has a video.
With a haircut, too.
Oh yeah, he was definitely cool.
You always
in
get
high
your
school.
hair cut for your videos.
He is very handsome.
Isn't he?
Very
Mary.
Oh, you might want to delete that.
Oh,
ad.
he has an ad.
Yeah,
Maybe he'll make
under the ad.
$300,000.
Yeah, he's making money.
No, you should click on the ad. He'll make money.
So this looks cool because not only is Bill a great singer-songwriter, he's also a filmmaker, and he edited my movie Family Band: The Cowsill Story.
That was a great documentary.
That is a
great,
yeah.
And you know what? I watched it again on. They have it on Amazon.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is it on Amazon?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
You should watch it. It's good.
It's really fantastic.
With the top down.
Do you usually sing and look at a camera when you drive, Bill?
I like to imagine.
Yes, I get
you
yelled
guys.
at for it all the time.
This is really good. I bet it's also very nerve-wracking having to listen to it and hear people comment on it.
This is like the Beavis and
It's a new
Butthead.
experience, yes.
Yeah.
You risk looking like
Watch
But I
yourself.
appreciate the 2 pennies that I just earned. That's
So,
very
Bill,
good.
was there someone next to you in the car? Or
Yeah, my wife was filming.
your wife was
Yeah.
filming? Oh, she's so cute.
See, that's a reason to get
And
married.
did you guys like wet the street yourselves like that morning?
Yeah. That's what I was.
That looks awesome.
That's crazy that it was raining when you guys sang this song. It's almost like you planned
Yeah, why
it.
would you have the top down though if it is raining? It's
'Cause
just
you're
not
cool.
defying logic.
Because you're way
It's
cool.
kind of the theme of the song, and I actually do that. It's actually a lot of fun. I love it.
It was pouring yesterday, and I sat out in the
great
rain.
pan.
Oh, I love that.
You got well. What about your camera? Was it getting wet?
He just
Well, no, if you drive in a convertible with the top down when it's raining, the rain typically most of it goes right over you. You don't even get wet if you move
Oh,
it.
you understand more about physics than I do, I guess.
you could see it's his real hair too. That's
is.
kind of cool.
Oh yeah, that's good. And real beard.
It is his real beard.
It's not a stunt beard.
It's not a stump beard.
You're in good shape.
But you're
Well, he's a runner.
you
Bill's a
shaved
runner.
in the when you do the window, and then you're not shaved in this.
Continuity.
Yeah.
That's right.
Wait, so he runs, he
Dom, you
sings,
caught it.
Yeah.
he edits videos
Yes,
and
yes,
documentaries.
yes.
Now
And he's
it's
also very funny too.
well, now he's kind of annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah, him and Christy are both. It's
I know,
like we get
really.
it.
Like
get
Bill,
it.
Bill, you're not
You
even
get-
Asian. How do you do all this?
Yeah, really.
What did you go to science, computer, art,
Farm camp,
too?
Running camp.
Camp. Farm camp.
This
No, I
is
just
awesome.
stayed up late playing Tetris at Louise's desk.
Yeah, we were early Tetris addicts at Premier Radio back in the day.
Oh, you must be really good at fitting the luggage in the top compartment
I
of the
am.
plane.
Or packing for a trip. You have a really good voice.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah,
All right, you know what? He's been
Man, you guys are
complimented
great for the
enough.
ego.
We get it.
Yeah. Well, you're
We
the
should have
only
them all
guy on
back
the
here
show,
next
Bill,
week.
so we're all kind of like, look, it's Bill.
Yeah, Louise, we should have them all back next week because they're great for the ego.
You guys are the new panel.
Are we in the
Yeah.
new panel?
Yeah.
I was going to say, if we want to just run things every week and then I'll comment on them
That would be
and
the
have
best
zero
podcast.
responsibility for what I say.
Thank you so much for being with us, Bill Filipiak, John Maddox, Dina Friedman, Lauri Roggenkamp, Dana Eagle, and Christy Murphy, and her lovely fiance, David.
Yay!
I was wondering, who's that man?